Hello and welcome to our first live show today, or this year actually. Welcome to the Biokinetic Canine Live. We are talking about has your should become a must. It's not a traditional New Year's resolution post like everybody's doing these New Year's resolution things. I find when I'm in a New Year's resolution, what happens to me, that S in resolution becomes almost like a revolution and you start going around in circles. That's what happens to me, instead of that 180 change, we go around full circle and we don't move anything. Whatever idea or I'm going to do this, it just goes away and there you go. So I'm not going to be talking about resolutions. I normally find when it comes to changing something about myself, I do just one small thing. One small thing, wake up at a certain time or something like that. Angie, hello. Awesome to have you here. But I like to do something that is like really super simple, something that I can do and I know I can do. And if I can do this, then I've already become a much better person. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about dogs and conditioning and sport for our dogs. So let's see, what are we talking about? We're talking about has your should become a must. Let me just introduce myself quickly. My name is Angela Ahern. I'm the owner and founder of the Biokinetic Canine. You can find me at thebiokineticcanine.com. You'll see my web address on the screen. And we're talking about conditioning and fitness for sport dogs. Sport dogs is my passion. I love to watch them work. And we want to keep their bodies in the optimal conditions so that they can do the best for their sport. That's what we're about. Annika, hi! Awesome that you're here. Happy New Year, everybody. So let me know where you are from. I know that Angie and Annika, you guys from Europe and America. That's just so awesome. I'm Cape Town. It is boiling hot over here. But what are we talking about now? This has or should become a must. Oh my word. This happens with me when you're on your journey of what you should do with your dog and you know what you should do and you should do this and you should do that. And eventually, because you're not actually doing it, it remains a should have, could have, would have, nothing really is happening. Now it comes up where like, oh my word, I must do something. Something has to change. Carol, hi, from Knoxville. Oh my word, hello. Raheel from PE. This is so awesome to see you guys. You're with PE over there. Excellent. Welcome to us here. So has your should become a must? So you've gone from that, I know I should do this, I know I should do that. And now it's starting to go into your brain and it's going to that part where it's like, oh, I've got to do something. I must do something now. There's that small shift in mindset. You are in that circular loop of forget resolution for the new year, you're in this revolutionary state. I always say, I'm going down my path and suddenly I've hit this cul-de-sac and I've gone into the cul-de-sac and I'm working around and around this cul-de-sac and looking for the road out. You stuck and you realize, oh my word, things are just not working out for you and they're not working out for your dog. And you know that you've got to do something, you've got to change something, something's got to give, but you don't know what. Who's been there? Me. I have been there, and that feeling is a feeling of intense frustration. I hate that feeling because you're so lost. You feel like you know, but you don't know where and how and what for and why, how come. That feeling, it's almost like the worst feeling in the world, but it's where your brain's going, whoa, hold on, something has to change. I can't just keep on as I'm keeping on. I'm not getting to where I need to be. I've got my goal. My goal is here, and I'm just not hitting it. Something, somewhere. What must I do? So now you've gone through this mindset shift, and your should is like, I should do something. It's now like, I have to. I've got to do something. And you've reached that milestone where your shoulds have become musts. And now you have to decide that you are willing to let go of whatever is keeping you back. It can even be you. Most of the time it's you. Most of the time you think it's something or someone else, but it's actually your version of what you're thinking of that something or someone else. It's you. You have to decide to let go of whatever is keeping you back. And many times it is you. So decide of letting go of that thought, that negating thing that's keeping you back, because we all know that we are much more than what we think. Every person that I have come across in all of my training with their dog, that person, without fail, is much more than what they think they are. I say that without hesitation. So this is it's a given. You are more than what you think. Let go of that thing that's keeping you back. You can do it. So decide on whatever's holding you back, even if it's you, and start to become ready to invest in yourself. And I'm not always just talking about investing money, but invest in a shift in thinking. Invest in being a little bit more open-minded, or invest in not being so shy and ask a question. The only person that thinks your question is silly is you. Or if anybody else thinks it's silly, it's because they don't have the answer either. So ask the question. Get the information, learn something new, invest in something new, or asking somebody that may know something more than you, ask them a question. That is so important. Decide, make that decision. That decision, that is already your mindset shift, or from just being frustrated, now you're deciding about something. And once you've decided, even if it is to ask a question from somebody who may know something a little bit more, don't be shy. Ask them, because you are braver than the next person. And that braveness, that's going to see you through. So ask them, and that asking them, wow, man, that is you taking action. That is you taking action, and they, just by that, you are braver than what you thought, because now the worst thing that can happen is you don't get an answer, and you're in exactly the same place that you were before you decided to ask the question. You haven't even gone backwards. You're just in the exact same place. So ask the question, find out from somebody, get some information about where you are with your dog and what you can do with your dog. So that action, that is your beginning of a seriously powerful journey for you. And if you can get that powerful journey for you, it transfers onto your dog. It just opens up a pathway for your dog. So don't be shy. Take that small action and discover new ideas, just to see how things and how they will change, and how you will see your future, and how you will see what your dog is capable of, and how you can take your dog further. So you are doing that small little action. It makes you a much better person for doing it. You're much braver. It makes your mind much stronger, makes your body much stronger. It makes your whole idea about you and your dog much stronger. So you are automatically a more powerful person just by looking out to how you can invest in your situation, because at the moment you are in this cul-de-sac of life when it comes to you and your dog. And when you are looking for something, when you are looking for that decision maker, may I ask this of you? It's going to sound so silly now, but I promise you, this is where the answers lie. It's when you look at things and you just keep them simple. Keep them simple so that you can understand them, so that you can actually think, oh my word, I can do this. It's not this big lofty thing of, oh, I'm going to lose 5 kilograms this year. No, it's just something that's just way too vague. Something simple. But when I say something is simple, I'm just saying that it's simple is something that is not complex, but it is elegant. That's like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds really smooth. And what are we talking about here? When we say simple, I'm talking about there is a solution-driven element in it. That's what we're looking at. So there's going to be solution in there somewhere. And it has an intuitive value. So when we say an intuitive value, it means that you're getting the value from something that has hindsight. And that hindsight from others that pass on that information to you, that is just awesome. They're giving you a new vision of what you can do. Whatever they tell you, it must be meaningful for you. There must be meaning. If something hasn't got meaning for you, then why bother? Why bother doing anything? You must feel like, oh my word, yes, that makes sense. That's something I want to do. It must be practical. You should be able to do it. I'm not going to go out and build a new building, but it's the smaller things that if you can do it and if it's practically available for you to do in a way that is meaningful for you to do, you are improving in any way. And you can pass on that improvement onto your dog. The same thing goes with all of these things I'm saying now applies to you, but it also implies to the tools that you use with your dog. It must be practical, something that you can do, and it must be light. It must be one small thing, just one small easy thing that you can do. It must be elegant. Elegant means it's pleasingly clever, but simple. It's like, oh my word, why didn't I think of that? Because sometimes you didn't think of that because you're stuck in the cul-de-sac. That's why. And you can't think of anything else because you're stuck in the circle. So how do you get this simple thing where things are solution-driven? They are intuitive because there's somebody else has provided you with the hindsight and the knowledge of something that you may not have known. And it's meaningful. It gives you meaning and you want to do it. And then it is practical, something you can do. It is light, it's a small thing, and it is pleasingly clever. I love that, pleasingly clever. So you think, oh my word, and you smile to yourself. And you think, of course, why not? And when something is simple, it opens your mind. And that's what this is all about. I want you to open your mind and be available to the things that are out there for you to improve your dog and get out of that. I need to do something better so that I can do something more. I'm not happy with where I am with my dog. I need to do more with my dog. And from this, you start by when you open your mind, you start by gaining understanding. For me, I think that is one of the biggest things ever. If I can understand something, then I can apply it. If there's just a statement and I don't understand it and it hasn't got meaning, it means there's nothing I can do with it. But if I can understand something and if it's a one small thing, and if I can apply that one small thing, everything about me is better off. Everything. So it's about understanding that gaining that understanding into the problem that you are looking at now. And then if you understand that problem and you understand, you can break that problem down and you can figure it out, because you can't get a solution unless you understand the problem. So that understanding, opening the mind to actually the problem on hand, then you can know the path to your solution. And I'd like to introduce you to maybe one small idea, one small thing that maybe can help you on your path to helping your dog and getting to where you want to be. Start by analyzing your sport, analyze your dog, and discover easy ways where you can improve your dog and prevent injuries with your dog so that you can enhance your sport. That for me is the best plan ever. And to help you along this path, I'd like to invite you to go and take a look at our Canine Athlete Workshop. In that workshop, we're looking at the really small things that you can do to prevent injury. And it's things that you're busy training your dog and you just haven't thought of. That a lot of the things that we mentioned are easy to do and easy to implement. But more importantly, it looks at your sport and it looks at what your dog is doing in the sport. And it helps you to understand what is happening with your dog in the sport. The Canine Athlete Workshop is mostly about our IGP dogs, but it applies to a lot of things with all sporting dogs. All the little things that you can do to prevent injuries in progressing your dog and doing the sport. Because let's face it, an injury is the biggest hurdle and stumbling block for any progression in any sport. And the worst injury is that small little niggly one that you never see. And you always know that if your dog is slightly off or is my dog still okay? Is he not working because he's tired? Is he not working because he's injured, or he's sore, or he's just uncomfortable? Those things are happening. And I've met a few people in the last few weeks where the dog is not naughty. Maybe it's naughty, but there's something. The dog is strangely tired. The dog is strangely off today. What can they do? And when they go and analyze and look at the dog, there was a tight muscle, there was something here, there, and they are able to rectify and correct it before really pushing the dog and training and then causing an injury. So I'm going to ask you to take a look at, go to our website, the Biokinetic Canine, and we've laid out a path that can help you through. And that path is first by looking at the few simple things that you can do to prevent injuries in your sporting dog. And that you'll find all in that Canine Athlete Workshop. So if you're on our page, just go look at the Canine Athlete Workshop. And when you're there and you enjoy that, then take a look at that body checks for injury. How to tell if your dog is just slightly off. How you can check your dog's body in 5 to 10 minutes in a day in any static position. And then you know, oh, I must keep an eye on this area, or the dog is still looking good. Must I investigate this area of the dog, especially if you're training for competitions, because the lockdowns are starting to ease up in a lot of countries. I know in our country, we are managing our situation quite well, and it's the competitions are starting to roll out. We're getting notices that the world championships are open up again in various sports. So now the training is going to resume. So this is a really good way to prepare your dog for your more training of the year. So look at how you can prevent injuries for your dog, how you can assess your dog's body, should there be any injuries, and how you can tackle those quickly before they become an injury. And then there's also our Canine warm-up and cool-down workshop. One of the most easiest ways of injury prevention that even I didn't do. And what happened? My dog got injured. So we've laid out a path for you. And in those workshops, we give you your follow-on steps. But if you're not too sure, and it's not about spending a whole lot of money and big workshops and big expenses laid out for your courses, but it gives you a good path on where and how to follow so that you can prepare your dog for its competitive career this year. And that's what I'm about. Has your should, oh, I should do more. I should maybe do some more conditioning with my dog, but how? What must I do? That should, has it become a must wear? No, I really got to get my act together and I've got to investigate these things now. So instead of just going in and falling into a big course or big workshop, first go and see what's happening about your dog, see what's happening about the sport, and look at the few ways that you can prevent injury right now before you go and do anything major. If you've done workshops and you've done courses and you've done conditioning work, awesome. See how it fits into your dog's sport and see how those exercises fit into the sport. How you do your exercises is so important. Riani, hello, welcome. How you do your exercises, that is so important. And we concentrate on that with our strength program. So our first strength workshop is coming to a close next month, and then we're going to be reopening again. You're most welcome to get onto that waiting list, because we talk about the importance of why you're doing it in a particular manner and why that form takes place. And if your dog is doing it in that form, your results are that much faster, because you're targeting the correct muscles. So if you are lost and you're not too sure, and your should has become a must, and your mindset is starting to change, Cheryl, hello! It's so awesome that you guys are here. Riani, you saying the strength program and all the workshops? Yes, Riani is one of our people in the strength program and in the workshops. Her dog has, getting all goosebumps, her dog has done so well last year, and she was able to prevent so many small niggles from becoming big injuries in a dog just by her knowledge. Her change in mindset and how she's able to see a dog It blows me away. Even like, oh my word, even now. So go and take a look at, we've got a path for you. It's not a huge investment. That's why I'm saying we're not talking about big, expensive workshops. But first, just get that understanding. Get that knowledge of how you must look at your dog. And when you can open your eyes to that, you can see so much more. And then we take you on that path. The more you want to know, the more we have available for you. If you have any questions on any of our workshops before you do anything about them, send me a message. I'm happy to help you and tell you what we are talking about. So I hope this has been a little bit helpful, and I hope this has helped you see about things that you must start doing with your dog if you want to start your competitive career this year. Make your dog's body really nice and strong. Get them out there. And it starts off with the really simple things, even the exercises. They're simple, but they have huge impact. So they are meaningful, they are elegant, and elegantly clever. I love that saying. I hope this has helped you. Go look, learn a little bit more, go and see our workshops. Riani, you're saying you really learn loads about your dog and your sport. You do. And I can know that you are saying this out of experience. Absolutely. Riani is speaking from a base of what she knows now. So you really do learn loads more about your dog. You see things about your dog. You see things that nobody else notices, but you notice things in other people's dogs, and you wish you could help them too. You really do. So open up your mind and go and look at our workshops. Start. My suggestion, if you haven't done it yet, start with the Canine Athlete Workshop. It gives you 5 simple ways that you can reduce injury right now with your dog. And then the various workshops will give you some extra information as well. And from there, you can look at our strength program or even our mentorship stuff. But start small. Don't spend loads of money. First, start with understanding. And when you understand, then start to invest, because then you're going in with meaning. Invest in your understanding of a concept, a situation. Angie, you saying you loved our workshops. Oh my word, you were awesome to have on the workshops. And even with your own dogs, the things that you saw with your dog and how you were able to fix those areas because you saw them now, that is the most awesome things. So if anybody wants to see those things, oh my word, for me, I was blown away. So remember, keep everything simple. Don't make things too complicated. Keep them simple and elegant. But they have lots of meaning. They're practical, they're light, and they're solution-driven. These are our workshops. They're solution-driven. They give you information, they give you understanding, and you will see your dog in a whole new light, and you will know the path to follow with your dog. So I'm going to say, have a very awesome rest of your day, because we've got people from Knoxville, etc., PE, so from all around at different time zones, Europe. Have a very awesome rest of your day. Have a very nice training weekend. This weekend is going to be super hot, so our training is going to be like sporadic. And have a very awesome rest of the day and weekend. Let me put on my information so that you know where to go. Let me put this here. And I'm going to say, have a very awesome day. You'll see all my information is over there. Go visit the biokineticcanine.com and click on the information for the workshops. Click on the pictures, and you'll have all the information there to read. Have a very awesome time. Love your dogs, and I will see you next time. Cheers now.